Manchester United. I get fed up to the back teeth of the press, the radio, the TV, the internet, reading about my club. I do, honestly. I just get fed up of reading about United. The latest stories are coming out now. I mean, they came out about 6 weeks ago. They're resurfacing again. Eric has lost the dressing room. The dressing room is split, and I'm just fed up with it. I really am. I read something today. I've read it over the last couple of days. I've heard it over the last couple of days. But on the radio on TalkSport this morning, but I've got get a chance to listen to it properly. But sources are saying, don't they always, the dressing room split. Many have sided with Sancho in his standoff with Eric. That's one of the things. Many are saying that he went in too hard on Martial when he brought him off over the weekend for being absolutely crap. I would suggest he never went in hard enough, and I'm surprised he just keeps picking him. I really, really am. I reported only the other week I would heard from one of Eric's members on the coaching staff there saying, "Oh no, we don't shout at players. We don't shout at players at half time, full time." Eric's told us we don't do that. You don't shout and scream at them because then you lose the players. Well, I believe Eric had a little bit of a go at Martial as he came off on Saturday. Not shouting as such, but just sort of berating him for not tracking back, for not working. He could have levelled that at probably 10 of them. As I said after the game on Saturday, I think the only one that came out with any real credit was probably Maguire. Shaw didn't do bad in an alien position, but probably Maguire was the only one with any credit. I thought the young boy, Kobe, was playing really well until he came off, but he just got overran. But it's only because nobody at the front was doing the job. Nobody was working, and he was like a one-man band. It was like the Alamo there. But no, I've read he's lost the dressing room, and I've led some siding with Sancho, and I can't believe it, folks. As I said after the game on Saturday, they're just not working. The front three, Garnacho tried for 20 minutes, then he realised Rashford and Martial were doing nothing, and he was a one-man band trying to close down, and he gave up on it himself. It wasn't happening at all. Nobody was working. They're just not working from the front. Rashford, totally disinterested, not given a 90-minute shift, not bothered. Martial, never been bothered. Not given a 20-minute shift, never mind a 90-minute one. Absolutely hopeless. Are we still at the club? I don't know. But he is. Everybody in the dog can see he just doesn't want to know. But nobody's getting rid thus far. Well, nobody wants him. That's probably part of the problem. But I'm thinking, how on earth could he have lost the dressing room? They're not playing for him, but they're just not playing. They've not played for the last 3 or 4 managers. What did I read today? Sancho's doing that well with the youth team or the under-21s. He's actually training like a beast. So at the moment, he's training like a beast. It's a pity when he's played for us over the last 12, 18 months, he's not played like a beast. It's a pity many of them aren't playing like beasts. I watched the City and Tottenham game over the weekend, and you know what I saw with the 22 players on that pitch? Every one of them ran hard. When they lost the ball, they ran back. When the other team had the ball, they closed. They pressed everything. Everybody was pressing everywhere. Tottenham got something out of the game because they never gave up and they kept pressing, they kept working hard. City were the better team. City should have took all 3 points, but they didn't. City didn't quite get what they deserved, but they at least deserved a point. They got that. They deserved more. Tottenham probably didn't deserve the point, but then again they did for how hard they worked, and they took the chances when they presented. We, at the weekend against Newcastle, what did we do? Bugger all for 90 minutes. The board goes up with 8 minutes to go, and we think, wait a minute, we can get a point out of this. We've been crap. They've battered us. We work hard. It only takes a second to score a goal, as Brian once said. We could get a point. Not that a point's good enough, they need even more than that. Anyway, for 8 minutes they worked, but unfortunately it was 8 minutes of extra time. Sancho training like a beast, as I say, he weren't training like a beast when he was in the first team, and he certainly weren't playing like one. Rashford, Martial didn't put a shift in, they've not put a shift in for weeks. If it was me, as I've said, Rashford would be on the bench and brought on as an impact sub. Kick up the backside for 3 games on the bench, then maybe when he comes on in game 4, from the start he might start putting a shift in. They're not working as a team. They're not working as individuals. Nobody's working hard, which is why we're constantly getting beat. We worked hard against Galatasaray and should have got 3 points. We deserve 3 points. The goalie let us down. Without the goalie, we would have got 3 points. It shows that you do get rewarded for your efforts. We put a shift in. For me, drop these players that aren't playing. Said only the other day. Tell you what I'd have done centre mid. I'd have dropped somebody else from there and brought old Hannibal on. I'll tell him of the hair, that's the one, yeah. He might not be absolutely brilliant, but I'll tell you now, number 1, he's going to get booked because he's going to go in at tackles, he's actually going to tackle people. And number 2, he won't stop running and working and trying hard. Put him in there with Kobe, at least you've got an engine room that are going to work. And maybe, just maybe from the rest might see it, young players from the under-20s, from the A-teams, get them in. If the front players aren't doing it, get them in. Rasmus, he needs to play the 90 minutes and play every game because at least he runs and works hard. Martial isn't doing it. Rashford's not doing it. Get Rasmus in and get somebody else in who wants to work. Get people in who are going to put a shift in. We might get beat, but we get him beat anyway and not trying. The fans are travelling miles in freezing cold temperatures to see nobody trying, nobody running. I believe the latest complaint is they're saying Eric's making them run too much running. I believe he's trying to get them fitter than anybody else so they come in strong at the end of the season. They'll be stronger, Eric, because you're putting miles into the legs in the week, and that weekend when the games come up, they're not working at all. They're having a rest there, so they're taking it easy. So maybe at the end of the season, they'll start putting a shift in and not take it easy. You'll have the fittest players in the league, training hard in the week, having it easy at game time, doing nothing. I'll tell you what, I cannot believe they complain about running too hard and then they're going on the pitch and not running at all. I can't, honestly. If I can see it, you can see it, Eric. Drop them. If they're not doing it, you drop them. If you lose half your team and you lose money you paid for them, let them go. Bring players in that want to work, that are prepared to work. Watch your Tottenhams and your Arsenals and your Cities and your Newcastles. They're working. Pardon me, they're getting rewarded for it, which is what we need to do.